Hey, my name is Brooke Ames. I'm a licensed therapist in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Florida. So there's always so much talk about anxiety. I even saw like a billboard in New Jersey that's like got anxiety, and it's an ad for medical marijuana, almost like insinuating like if we have anxiety, something might be severely wrong with us. That is simply not true. We're supposed to feel anxiety. It's an emotion, just like sadness or happiness or grief. We are supposed to feel the full spectrum of feelings. So we are going to all feel anxiety at different points in life. And sometimes it can even be useful because it's derived from fear, it causes some worry. So, an example where it might be useful is maybe we have a big test coming up and we have anxiety about it, we're nervous about it, and then we study more for the test in order to prepare to speak to that anxiety. We feel better and we do well on the test. So it's not like negative. We're all going to experience it at different times. It's totally normal to experience it at different times. It becomes unmanageable, it becomes a disorder when it's all of the time, when it's excessive worry, when we're having difficulty quieting our mind, being present in the moment, difficulty remembering things because our mind is so cluttered with anxious thoughts all of the time. If we struggle with anxiety and insecurity and we're not taking good care of our mental health, our thoughts might tell us things are happening that aren't actually happening in reality. This can interfere with our closest relationships. It can interfere with our work or our job. So, an example of this might be like maybe my partner comes home from work and they're not like super talkative, they're distant, they're not saying much. My mind, if I'm struggling with anxiety and insecurity, my mind is saying like maybe they don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Maybe they're upset with me for something. Maybe I did something wrong. And then if I'm not aware of that, those thoughts can continue to grow. What happens when those thoughts continue to grow? We go further and further down that rabbit hole. That influences how we're feeling even more. So now I'm feeling really crappy. I'm feeling really anxious, really hypervigilant. Maybe I have trouble sleeping. Now this affects my behavior, right? Maybe I'm talking passively aggressively to my partner because I'm not feeling good in the relationship because I'm perceiving that this is happening. They're upset with me when nothing actually happened. This is our mind, this is our anxiety, and this is our insecurity. So that's an example of, if we're not aware of it, how it can negatively impact our life. If we come to a space like a therapy space, or if we have different friends that we can talk to about different things, and they are able to help us gain this awareness of like, okay, these are anxious thoughts. Thoughts are not always facts. These are anxious thoughts. These are insecure thoughts. Because I'm having this thought, doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily happening. When I'm able to think outside the rabbit hole of anxiety, I'm able to be flexible, right? I'm able to think outside the box. I don't go further and further down that rabbit hole. I'm able to like check it and challenge it, and then I can influence how I'm feeling and I can influence my behavior now as a result of that. This improves my quality of life. So what that looks like is my partner comes home, they're distant, they're not talking. My mind says they're upset with me, they don't want to be in this relationship anymore, something is wrong. Red flags. I'm able to take a deep breath and say, okay, my thoughts are not facts. This is most likely an anxious thought. This is an insecure thought. And then I can shift how I'm feeling. I can calm myself down, and I can ultimately shift my behavior. So in our relationship with our significant other, I always preach transparency. And I can say, hey, is everything okay? Like, I'm feeling like there's like some distance here. And then my partner can say like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just had like a shit day at work and I'm really struggling. I'm really stressed out. Then I'm able to realize like, okay, my partner's struggling with something and this has nothing to do with me. I'm able to show up and support my partner. And then that grows my relationship with my partner even stronger. The connection grows there. It becomes an even healthier relationship than it already was. It's super helpful. So if we struggle with anxiety, if we are not taking good care of ourselves, it can wreak havoc. If there's like unmanageability there, or if it's excessive, it is a normal feeling. We're all supposed to feel it sometimes, but taking care of our mental health is always the utmost importance, so that we are being kind to ourselves. We're able to cope with feelings as they come up, and we're able to gain clarity and not behave in a way that maybe we would live with regret. We're able to behave in a way where we live with more clarity and more peace. That's always the goal in my therapy sessions.